Hello and welcome to the show. I am back from holiday, so naturally that means it is time for some Forza Horizon 4. Thank you very much to Playground Games for sending me a code to this a little bit early so I can have a go, make some videos on it. And naturally, I figure the best place to start is with a taxi. And of course, with something that we haven't seen in Forza before. This is the kind of very classic Austin British black cab. There are some pretty mad things that you can do with it, though, and naturally that is what we're going to take a look at today. So, I have started off by modifying the car. As you can tell by the fact that it's up in S-Class. It's pretty much all race prepared. The engines for this, most cars I've come across seem to have a decent amount of options in terms of engines, but you've got stock engine, which is, you know, not amazing. Then we could have the 3.2 litre i6. I've got 6.2 V8 over 1,000 horsepower because I wanted over 1,000 horsepower in my taxi, and the turbo rally engine that is back as well. So we've got a pretty mad amount of power in the car. That perhaps not so surprising. That V8 goes in just about everything. What did surprise me and what I wasn't expecting was the option for not just you know, interesting body kits. We could have a chop top, which is, you know, to be expected. We could also have a full-on wide body kit, a proper full-on wide body kit on your taxi. It's mad. It looks it looks mad. I love it. So yeah, that's what we're going to be starting with. We will go and grab some tyres as well. We have got race tyres actually already on the taxi. It's probably a good idea. You can go for vintage race tyres if you want. Now I am keeping this rear-wheel drive. There's a good reason for that. There is a good reason for that. We are going to get some massive tyres, and I'm pretty sure they become huge on this. Yeah, they do. 325s at the front. 325s at the front of the taxi. The 325s all round. You know, there's some big tyres on this. They are some very, very big tyres on this, which I very much like to see. Have I got? It doesn't actually look like the things like weight reduction are apparently not installed. Okay, fun times. I had a small recording crash while I was starting this, and apparently taking off the body kit takes off weight reduction and roll cages. Who knew? That's why I already have this stuff bought. Okay, well, there we go. The basket system is back for Horizon 4, if you haven't heard me talk about it before, which is very nice. It makes buying parts and builds for cars an awful lot easier, a lot smoother. In fact, all of the menus are very, very quick and easy to navigate around. So there we have it, 1,000 horsepower in our rear-wheel drive taxi. The reason I've kept it rear-wheel drive is I'm curious to know if the AI are still cheaty buggers. You see, back in Horizon 3, you could put an awful lot of power in muscle cars. It was all very fun and well and good, but if you took them against the AI in races, the AI's cars looked like they had wobble-matic suspension, yet they had immense levels of grip. This is actually surprisingly grippier than I thought it was going to be, all things considered. Yeah, basically the AI were cheaty buggers in Horizon 3 when it came to how their cars were built, so I'm curious to see whether there's going to be a similar story here. And the best way to do it is to make a very, very powerful taxi and then force the AI to drive in. I guess over here it's probably going to be as good a rate as any. Yeah, basically we're going to try and force the AI into driving taxis. It's going to want to put them up into S-Class. Naturally, I'm driving an S-Class taxi myself, so it's either going to do that or it will refuse to change the engines in the car, which is a distinct possibility, and I will be left with OP taxi goodness. Could go either way. I mean, it's so far... Bugger, that's a bit of a scary car. So far, I'm doing 150, 160 miles an hour. Well, in fact, we're now at 200 miles an hour in our taxi on a single carriageway road. Oh, don't go on the dirt. Don't go on the dirt. That'd probably not go particular. There's a fair bit of understeer. There is a fair bit of understeer from the taxi, although we are doing 200 miles an hour in a car that was not designed for 200 miles an hour. Okay, we've got race suspension on it, we've got all sorts of bits and pieces on it that, oh, that's a lot of understeer again. It wouldn't have had also to begin with, but still, you know, the fundamentals, the basics, the chassis and whatnot were not designed for 200 miles an hour. Whee! Sudden slide. There does seem to be a lot of grip with, well, I say with this car, with quite a few vehicles. Certainly if you put them on race tyres, there is a lot of grip. The cars become, or can become, quite darty. This is a little bit more understeery, which is actually kind of working in its favour in some ways. There is, if you sort of step over the limits, if you go past the limits of the grip, you then do get a big slide from this, as you would imagine. This is a 1,000 horsepower taxi, and it's actually nowhere near as mad, crazy, or I thought I was expecting more. I was I was expecting a more crazy and out of control vehicle. I guess massive tyres and massive race tyres. That will probably have helped tame some, if not quite a lot. Hello, tractor. We're going to buzz the tractor at 180 miles. And not, it's like, whoa! We're not going to. Well, we only scraped the Mazda. It wasn't a full. Look, it's dinged my body kit, but that's about it. Mazda's fine. See, he's all right. I don't think tractors see taxis going flying past 180 every day. Right, so I'm going to set this up as a. We could go with a cult car. No, I'm going to create a blueprint for this, as I haven't actually done one of these before. If you've played the previous Horizon game, Horizon 3, you will know how it works. Oh, go away, Kira. I can figure this out. I can indeed create my own races. Thank you. Right, so you've got all of your, usual sort of categories and so on, but we can go and set up for a specific custom race, which is what we're going to do here. These are all actually no, I think these are all of the cars overall, essentially. So yeah, you can have a brief look. Scari's back. I like Ascari. I like having Ascari back in the game. Anyway, we were looking for Austin somewhere over here. There we go. We're going to use the taxi. So this is going to be a race just for the taxi. Now, we can set this up for any class. So I guess S1 would be what we were in. Time progression, sure, whatever. Weather. Shall we go for some interesting... Sure, you know what? Let's go for some light rain. Light rain in S-Class taxis. We will go early afternoon. Sure, season. Oh, we can actually set it specific season. Ooh, we could have some wintry goodness. Okay, now let's just leave it with the current season. Just, we'll see what... I want to see what on earth's going to happen here. Basically. What is going to happen? I'm going to hazard a guess. I'm going to hazard a guess. It's going to end in a big sideways moment. Right, let's grab our taxi. Like, from some angles it looks like a normal taxi, and then from a lot of other angles it looks very weird. I think that's the best way to sum it up. I love having the wacky option. I love having the wacky options. So there's me with the wide body. What have you got? Ooh, okay. So it hasn't built them up in the same way that mine has. They may well have been stuck with a standard engine. Maybe they've made them. I don't know. This is curious. We are learning. We are going to find out together as to what on earth the AI. Oh, they look wobbly. They look very wobbly. It's the great trade of whoa! They're up on their side. Can I nudge you over? This looks like a prime candidate for a jelly car if ever I saw one. They are not stable. They are not on racing suspension. They are not on racing suspension whatsoever. I mean, they also aren't like horrendously OP in that they are. I don't know how on earth they've got to S-Class. It must just be sort of... I'm trying to look at, like, tyre widths. Look at it wobble! It certainly... I mean, it will keep up with me down the straight. It looks dramatic through the corners. I think I am vaster through the turns than the wobble brigade. Oh, wobble brigade is in the fence. Hello. I will take that position from you. Thank you very much. I've completed a challenge of some description. I will say, checkpoint-wise, because it's probably going to come up at some point during this race or in the very near future, game's fairly kind. I've hit plenty of checkpoints with the arse of my car and got away with it. There's a couple where I'm fairly sure I didn't actually hit them, but was just about close enough. So, yeah, the game is relatively lenient, although, of course, you take too many liberties, and you are going to... Yeah, you're going to get in trouble. The Wobble Brigade is a go. Behind us, I've smacked a fence. It's fine. Nothing terrible went on there. So, interesting upgrade. I mean, sorry, I'm forcing the games to build cars in a very, very wonky way here. S-Class Taxi, not a sensible choice of race, or a sensible choice of vehicles even. But the AI, I have got this on, oh, that's a tighter corner. I will be honest, I'm finding this, certainly with a fair few of these races, I'm expecting them to be a lot faster, a lot wider, opener corners. While the roads themselves are still fairly wide, a lot of the circuits, or a fair few of the circuits, are considerably more technical. So, your lunatic taxi here is not going to be the easiest prospect, which is going to... It was a wall tap. I meant to do that, yes. That is how things are supposed to be done and everything, yeah? Okay, so the AI do interesting things with their builds on the cars. They're certainly not horrendously OP, though, up against me, and in fact, they're great fun to watch wobble their way around a corner. I kind of feel like I want to... Hello, big slides. I kind of feel like I want to take them around a really technical little circuit. I think I know just the one. Oh, that was certainly entertainment watching them try to drive those things. I will take a victory. We'll get some money. For those wondering about the economy and whatnot on here, I think it's fairly similar to Horizon 3. I have a fair bit of money just from the sort of VIP wheel spins and all of that kind of thing. You get a whole bunch, so if you play plenty of previous Forza games, you get a whole bunch of super wheel spins that come up, and you can get a fair amount of money, a fair amount of cars and whatnot from them. In fact, I actually got the taxi from a super wheel spin as well. We are going to... Oh, that's not bad. First wheel spin on camera and we actually win a car. Fantastic. If we can keep that luck going, that would be great. I don't actually know if the Horizon Edition cars are on the normal wheel spins or whether they're only on the super wheel spins. But there we go. Apparently we've unlocked some more of the road racing series. Cool.
Which, of course, is why you're here.
There's a lot going on the map. I'm going to say that there is a lot going on the map. Shall we? You know, I wasn't going to go for dirt stuff. Not in this video, but you know, we're here. Oh, it would be remiss not to try this. Seeing as at the moment, I don't know if there is a teleport anywhere skill to unlock. There may well be. I haven't got it as of yet. So you're having to drive everywhere, so I'm kind of just going by whatever races end. It would be, yeah, people would be sad if I didn't at least try this. So, let's go, shall we? Let's create a blueprint. We'll go for the same fun and games as we had last time, mainly. But to be fair, the wobble wagons might actually be fairly good. The wobble wagons might be fairly happy going around here. Event settings. Oh, you know what? Seeing as we are here, it would... You know, might as well just go all for it. No one's going to have winter tyres or snow tyres. Come on, race tyres on the snow is not the cleverest. What could go wrong? What could go wrong with 1,000 horsepower wide-body taxi on snow on essentially semi-slick tyres? There is no way this will end badly. The AI, God knows, I don't actually know what tyres it's going to put those cars on. Shall we have a sneaky look? Does it look like they're on comparable tyres to us? I'm hoping. God, if they're on snow tyres, we're going to have a really, really tough day here. Right, let us begin to chase down the Wobble Brigade. Now, interesting thing with the snow here is that certainly a lot of the tarmac roads aren't fully covered in snow. A lot of the tarmac roads are kind of this sort of slushy stuff. It's essentially like driving in the rain. When you go off-road, then you might have some fun and games and some trouble. But for a fair bit of the season, I don't know whether it can change or whether you can get, whether we might end up getting some full-on snow at some point. But yeah, a lot of the time, I look at kind of the main tarmac roads, as you would expect, you know, in winter, it's not like the main roads get covered completely in snow for extended periods of time. Can we please get a move on here? Anyway, yeah, so you do have these sort of slushy, more damp roads than anything. When we end up, I think this was an off-road. Oh, there we go. Now we're onto some snowy gravel. Oh, God. AI not really struggling with the back ends of their car as much as I was hoping they would. However, they are not actually, like, putting down their power amazingly well. They're not got amazing traction out of these corners. So we're going to be sideways again. So we at least can be competitive in all of this. Just seeing where the road's going. Oh, this is a wiggly road. It's going to be wiggly. Try and not crash the car like a muppet time in a minute. Panic and jump on the brakes through there. This is a very windy. This is actually a really cool little rally stage. It's a shame there's so much tarmac to begin with. Hey, that's 3 in the fence. Is it all of them in the fence? Can we keep... Yep, we can keep counting. They're all in the fence. They are... Yeah, well done, guys. God, they're matching me. They are matching me for pace. Their wobble suspension is helpful out here in the dirt. It actually is very helpful with your stupidly stiffened race car here. Bounces around awkwardly. I actually don't know where I'm going to be able to catch these guys. I'm hoping I can either be braver through the corners. I mean, I do have, visually at least, much wider tyres. They do seem to be doing a pretty good job. Oh, into the hairpins apparently is where I can catch these guys because they're struggling. Oh, there's a puddle down there. Oh, come on, taxi. We can do this. Maybe, possibly, have a sneaky dive somewhere. Nope, no sneaky dive there. Oh, it's not going to work. We're going to get big load of oversteer on the exit. We're 75% of the way through. We're going to need to find a way past soon if we're going to win. Now, in terms of sort of progression in the game, it doesn't matter too much. If you win the races or you come third and whatever, you're still an influence. You still make your way through the championships and so on. Oh, this is going to be tantalisingly close. I don't know if I can do it. We need another sort of a couple of big hairpins to throw the AI off their game a little bit. Or we need some straight tarmac like this. This is what we excel at. Come on, taxi! You can do it! Oh, it's going to be really close. We're not going to get it. Oh. Bugger. I'll take a second place. That's a really good race, actually. That was a really good race in very silly cars. They got different PI this time around, so I wonder what they've done differently in terms of their vehicle. I am not sure. There we go. That was some off-road racing with the mad taxi. We got some influence, not a massive amount, and we have leveled up another bit in the dirt racing. You get cars, you can get all sorts of vehicle prizes from those. I think actually I've just managed to level everything up to tier 5. You get R34 Skyline from the street racing one, RS200 from the dirt one. So there is plenty of prizes to go around, plenty of interesting vehicles and whatnot to try and unlock. I think I've managed to, by the looks of it, position myself perfectly to go for a bit of a speed run. I think we can find out. Yeah, we are literally right by the motorway. So we can find out how fast will our taxi go. I mean, we were doing 200 miles an hour fairly easily on the small roads. I suspect it won't have too many issues going for more than that on the motorway. We really shouldn't have too many issues going for more than that on the motorway. Here we go. We will go a little bit sideways and unleash the speed of that taxi. It's not something you say very often, I will be honest, but there we go. And it's much more fun doing speed runs on a motorway where there are slight corners and there might be traffic getting in the way than finding a runway. There is an effort. Oh, you're getting out of the way there. The AI, yeah, they will try and move out of the lane that you are in. I have seen this a little bit. It's quite interesting. And as you can see there with the Fiestas, they will kind of recognise that you are approaching at very high speeds from quite a long way off, like the bus there, for example. They will... Oh, no! I've lost control! Ow, I've died. I have very much died. That's it. That's me gone. That's my taxi. That's my taxi had it. We're up to about 220, where... Okay, that corner is one you have to be a little bit more wary of. Yeah, we have a little bit more understeer than expected. We're good for about 220. We're good for about 220 in this. Once it hits that, it is struggling. We're up to, there we go, past the torque. We get to the 180 mile an hour mark with relative ease, and then we struggle to keep pushing onwards. Oh, the bus is taking very evasive action. Thank you for that. We're going to have a lift around here. Oh, I think we're actually running out. Okay, so there's not a massive amount of motorway. It's not a massive amount of motorway. And across the roundabout, less airtime than I was expecting. Less airtime than I was expecting in the taxi. Yeah, there is less motorway down there. So if you want to do the speed runs down there, you better get it right. Pretty much. Well, you got to get it very much perfect for one little bit, because that's where you're going to get the biggest opportunity. Essentially, this is a massive roundabout as well. Oh, it's a massive roundabout where we can do big slides, maybe. There's probably a bit too much grip, to be honest with you, on the race tyres. Yep. When you have the cars on the race tyres, they are very, very grippy. And even in a 1,000 horsepower rear-wheel drive taxi, apparently it is not interested in any of the slidey-slideys. I mean, it'll spin. Yeah, okay. There's a lot of grip, a lot more grip in this than I expected. Awful lot more grip in this than I expected. Well, there we go. That was a look at a mad taxi. The AI, in terms of building their mad cars, they seem a little less cheaty, while they are still entertainingly wobbly. They still apparently don't put race suspension on their cars. They are also not the horrendously cheatums that we have perhaps seen in the past. Admittedly, this was only one vehicle, of course. Crap, hold on, there was a bonus board down there. Tractor, do you fancy? No, you're not going to move the crash barrier for me. There we go. Ooh, that's a big drop. Hello, scenery. Okay, that's a bigger drop than I was expecting, but never mind, we're here now. Yeah. Oh, I've hit a post and we're stuck. The taxi's mad. The AI, you can actually get some pretty good racing with. Little bit entertaining to watch them, but not massively cheaty so far, I've seen, in terms of their vehicle building. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.